In the meanwhile, let's put the focus on the Asia Cup as well. It looks like we're all set for an India versus Sri Lanka final that could happen on Sunday. But today, at this point, India versus Bangladesh, the game is underway, and Bangladesh batting first is putting up a score of 250 plus. We're just waiting, in fact, for the mid-innings break right now, which could happen at any moment now. India's already made it through to the finals, so you can expect an India versus Sri Lanka potboiler coming your way on Sunday. But this match still extremely crucial. We're going to be putting out details for you in just a bit from now on exactly how much Bangladesh has managed to score right now. But we can tell you that they have managed to put up a decent score of 250 plus right now, and India will have to chase down that total to ensure that they have another win in their bag as they make their way to the finals on Sunday. It's going to be a massive match to win, obviously, on Sunday between India and Sri Lanka. But let's in fact put out for you the latest at this point. All right, with in fact the Bangladesh's innings coming to an end, they've set a target of 266 for India. That is the score to beat. 265 is how much they've scored, so they need to score 266 to win this match. Can the men in blue do it or not remains a question. Remember that they've already sailed to the finals, so this match essentially is for them to ensure that they better their record. And there you have it on your screens. Bangladesh scoring 265 runs in 50 overs. One of the few games so far in the Asia Cup that hasn't been interrupted by rain. Let's take this across to our consulting sports editor Nikhil Nas, who's joining us live from Colombo with more on the game. Nikhil, what is it looking like? Bangladesh scoring 265. Is that a good total? Is it something India can chase down in this pitch?
Well, Akshita, it is a good total to answer your question, because we've seen some low-scoring games in this particular stadium. In fact, you saw a 250-odd run game that happened yesterday. It was a classic. It went right down to the wire between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. However, that was a shortened game of 42 overs. With 50 overs, with the Indian batting that you've got, you'd expect India to chase this down. However, it's not going to be a cakewalk, simply because India has made a few changes as well to their batting order. They've made all of 5 changes in this match, and a lot of those changes have come in the batting. Someone like Virat Kohli is not part of the 11 today, and you know how good he's been in terms of his form in this particular tournament. So it's a tricky total, I'd say. It's at par, not below par, and not really above par. But I'd say it's a tricky total. If you start very well, not lose too many wickets up front in the power play, then I think India should get it. However, there are a few other question marks over India's bowling today, especially, in terms of the fielders really not supporting the bowlers. Lots of drop catches, lots of misfielding, and that kind of helped Bangladesh then reach this total. At one stage, though, Bangladesh, when they had that partnership between Hidroy and Shakib Hasan, Shakib in fact was looking good for 100. But that one wicket that Shardul got off Shakib when he was on 80, I think that's really pushed them back to 260. Otherwise, at one stage, 280, 290 could have been on the scoreboard, which would have been even tougher for India to chase them.
Nikhil, you made a mention of the number of changes in the Indian team. 5 changes in all, including Virat Kohli being rested. Those pictures of Virat running up and down the field, goofing around essentially as the water boy, are also going viral. But what's the reason? What perhaps is the thinking behind resting Virat in this match?
Well, Akshita, I think it's primarily done to give a few youngsters a chance. Now, this is probably the only game India has had in this tournament which is inconsequential, because India has already made it to the final. All other games that you played throughout this tournament were must-win games, because the format of the tournament was such that you had to win all those games to ensure that you get a finals berth. I think when the first opportunity came by, where you could rest a few senior players and try a few youngsters. Remember, India has travelled with a few youngsters in this tour who are maybe the ones that they will be looking at in the future, the ones that could then take over the mantle from someone like a Rohit Sharma or even a Virat Kohli. So I think this was a good opportunity to test them at that international level. Tilak Verma is one such youngster. He made his name in the IPL and then got his ODI debut cap today. Also one of those rare things we saw in Indian cricket, where a proper batsman like Tilak was also bowling. We've now We seldom see some part-time bowlers now bowling for India. So maybe a few things. Surya Kumar Yadav as well is someone that you wanted to give him a run. So with that in mind, I think they decided to make those many changes.
All right, so let's see how it plays out. It's a dead rubber, yes, but India giving it their all. 265 is the number to beat. So India needs 266 in 50 overs to ensure that they win this one against Bangladesh. Thanks very much, Nikhil, for all of those updates.